Okay, y'all, so I'm mad nervous that I'm not going to be able to finish this book by the end of the month. Now, I'm nervous, but I'm not upset. So I did give myself that buffer of February 4th. It's now January 30th. There's a few things at play. I have my show for tomorrow, the radio show, on the 31st. There's some things going on with where I live as far as remodeling and different things with the exterior. Also have like this winter storm rolling through pretty quickly. So these aren't excuses. These are more or less like reasons, things I'm trying to factor in to figure out how to maneuver through this space of like possibly not finishing this project. Now, the other thing that has me thinking I'm not going to finish is that I have quite a few more chapters and scenes to complete. Now, that isn't the issue. The issue is time. So I have been logging at least 2,000 words per day, if not a little bit more, writing late into the night. But with me, sitting down and writing is very different from me just doing the outline. And when I get into it, it's like, okay, so for example, there's a scene that I have. There's a day where I have the three main characters, and it goes from, they're triplets. It goes from the eldest to the middle kid to the youngest, and then it goes back to the middle kid, and then it goes back to the eldest. Now, that last scene of me going back to the eldest was, I had as a placeholder like, oh, we can maybe do this and this and that. But it made the most sense to just write out that scene. And that's a quick example of me having an outline, following the outline, having this stuff fit within the outline, but then having this spark of, okay, instead of ending it here with the, let's say, youngest triplet, why not move right into the eldest, write out this particular portion that'll set up this next part of your outline. And so I've had a lot of moments like that where I've essentially finished what I had listed on the outline, but went that extra mile because my pantser brain and because it just made more sense to kind of bridge the two chapters or scenes together. And so I'm running into a lot of that. And though I feel like I may not finish by the end of the month, I may have to use that extension. It's bad in the sense that I'm not meeting my own already set deadline, but it's good because like I'm knocking this stuff out. So referring back to the video I made before, I'm not going to stress about not meeting this self-imposed deadline. Nobody told me it had to be by the end of the month. This is something I came up with. True enough, I want to keep my deadlines, but for me and having this year of follow through, I think what's most important is that I get the words on the page and that I finish the project. And so I don't want to feel that additional pressure. I'm still going to try to see as far as I can get in by the end of the month. I think I'm like a little over 50K, and that's about where you'd want to be, because I have some more stuff to get through. But I don't know. The point is, I don't think I'm going to make it to the end of the month. I'm going to use that extension, but I am excited about the usable words that I am logging day in and day out. So that's that, y'all. It's 26 degrees. I forget what day it is. Tuesday, the last day of the month. Every year we get this winter ice storm that lasts a couple days, maybe a week. And I fear that that is what is happening now. Fingers crossed that it's not. But I am still going to get up and log these words no matter what. So I might do it right here from the bed. Who knows? But yeah, stay warm, y'all, and happy writing.
Walking on fire, trying not to bend my feet. I'm tired of fighting, saying things we don't mean.
So I am getting ready to do my show. I am tired. It has been a long day. I've gotten a lot of words done. It looks like I have about maybe 2 hours before I start. So I'm going to try to devote this next hour to just knocking out as many words as possible. We are in the very last day of my original deadline, but it looks like I will have to take that extension to February 4th. But I'm going to get as much done as I can. And of course, after the show, I'll be writing for the rest of the night as well, because I'm determined to get this finished. I believe in this story. So happy writing, y'all. Okay, so I'm tired. I did my show. The show went really well. Actually one of the better shows that I've done, if I'm being honest. And I've prepared a little bit for next week. This is the radio show for those of you who may be new here. And I do that every Tuesday. So that's taken care of. And then I got to writing, and I've been logging substantial words, like really good words, and moving through this story. Sidebar, I've deviated from my outline for one of the main characters, but the funny thing is that deviation actually worked out in the end. So there was like a particular scene I wanted to happen, and it's in the outline, but it kind of felt like it would have been forced had I put it there, because a lot of the story that I've written that came up until this point, it could work, but it's too much jumping around I'd have to do, and I just wanted to avoid that altogether. So a big kind of argument or disagreement or whatever, something happened, and so that led into I'm getting the same exact result, I guess, to be cryptic, but in a much better way. So I have a point A and then a point B, and I need to get the point B, and all the things I had before in the outline made sense. But now that I stumbled upon this like other issue, it allowed me to not be so focused on adhering to this outline to the T, because it really felt like it was being forced. So I'm happy about that, because I still get the point B, and I'm still at a place where now these characters feel a certain way about each other, and I can work off of that. But this way was a little bit more eloquent, a little bit more interesting, or whatever. I don't know, whatever. But I'm tired, y'all. It's about 12:30 at night. I do have to work in the morning, but I've been logging words like crazy, and I don't want to let this momentum go. But I also don't want to be dog tired tomorrow for work. And then I'm hungry. Like, I ate. I've been drinking water all night. Why am I hungry? So I'm going to get back to it and see how many more words I can log. I want to say, what is this? All of today, I think I've surpassed 5K. But just in these last two sessions, I think it is, oh no, it's two, because it's, this is 12:30, and then it was like 960 something for the first one, but whatever. I'm writing, I'm going to finish some and then go from there. So happy writing, y'all. All right, so I've run into an issue. I am following my outline, but I've deviated a bit, but only in the in-between spaces, if that makes sense. So all the fixed points of things that need to happen are happening as they're supposed to, but I've changed up a few things. And I now, before I can really continue on writing, I have to pull out my outline. So as I mentioned before, my outline and the structure of this book is not chapter by chapter, but by days. And it's following three siblings over the holiday break. And so I made it to the 22nd, December 22nd. And I am, this is where things start to veer off. Like, you know how in like, I don't know, Seinfeld, I guess, is the first TV show that comes to mind. How you could have all these individual story plot lines in like the first act of a show, and then by the second they start to interweave, lock, mingle, and whatnot. That's what's happening here. And so now it's not really so much me writing, because I'm getting the 2,000 plus every day, but it's more or less revisiting my outline and making sure everything is in order. So though I want to just log these words, I think I'm going to have to take a step back and look at the December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, which leads up to a huge event, and like walk it backwards and be even more meticulous with my outline. And it's fine. I'm excited. I'm happy to do it, but like, this kind of, I ain't gonna say it's a wrench in my plan, because I'm still progressing with the story, but I just didn't expect this bit of confusion. And honestly, it's not even that bad. It's more or less taking my outline, taking what I've written so far, and like doing a deeper dive, like kind of sort of rewriting my outline, but instead of using just my little note cards, it's actually maybe getting a Word document or a piece of paper or something and writing down everything in order. Because again, this isn't by chapter, this is by day. And because it's by day, I'm able to move some things around depending on which character I'm writing, to flow and make things sound a little better, make a little bit more sense. So right now I'm pivoting from logging words to revamping this section of the outline. So this is something I wasn't expecting, but hey, it happens. Yeah, so I'll see y'all. All right, y'all. I am literally moving at a snail's pace. The ice around here is fucking ridiculous. Y'all, the stairs to my place, I had to hold on like a whole toddler to brace myself. I don't have any gloves. What the hell is wrong with me? And even now, I am afraid to fall and bust my ass. All right, y'all.
Walking on fire, trying not to bend my feet. I'm tired of fighting, saying things we don't mean. You know I don't like it when you're packing your bag and turning your back, calling me a liar.
So I made it to the end of my book. Now, here is the issue. It is Friday, February the 3rd. I have not finished the book. So I mentioned before that this book is not written in chapters. It's written in days. And with my outline, I also have my outline like scenes on these note cards. Well, the note cards, they're labeled by the day and all the events, and I've been going through them. And so I thought I was not further along as I am, because I kept finishing a note card and putting it at the back of the stack. And so much like my issue with that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday segment that I was contemplating, I took out the next 3 days and I was like, all right, let me go through, lay these out, and like revisit my outline and like really nail down what needs to go where, based upon some of the stuff I've been pantsing through the story. Why am I at the end of this book? Like, I'm at the end of the book, and true enough, this was my goal, was to get it finished by January 31st and February 4th at the very latest. So I will say, I know I won't be done. However, I took last night off because I've been writing so much. I was like, all right, let me give myself a break. Now, with taking that off, the goal was to take those last 3 days that I just randomly realized I was there and go through and meticulously re-plot out what's in the outline, and then kind of sprinkle in some Easter eggs and whatnot. So I know this book is going to need maybe 2 more rounds of drafts and whatnot, or whatever it takes. But though this was my goal, I did not expect to be at the end here. So not that I doubted myself, but there were so many note cards and I never went back to revisit them. So I am in the 3rd act. I'm wrapping things up, and today, while on the clock, I plan on going through and really nailing down what's going to go where, and kind of pulling things from before, and just all in all, just get this taken care of. So I may go ahead and end the vlog here. We'll see. If there's more, keep watching. Otherwise, I'm Rayne Coleman. I write contemporary and romance stories, and this is my writer's journey. Follow me as I learn, stress, and grow. Happy writing, y'all. Also, subscribe. Do that. Subscribe and like.
Walking on fire, trying not to bend my feet. I'm tired of fighting, saying things we don't mean. You know I don't like it when you're packing your bag and turning your back, calling me a liar.